So I'm here at BCB.
And BCB is the second largest event in the spirits industry. A ton of brands get together, showcase their products, and I was there with Tierra de Ensueno, a new tequila brand, and I was slinging some original cocktails, which I will show you how to make. And I also got to give a talk with some incredible people about additive-free tequilas as well. But let's rewind a little bit.
So brought this whole cooler all there from Massachusetts, and in here we have a lot of our drink prep, some bottles, garnishes, a juicer, everything that we need for today. Just me and my little cooler against the world, taking on New York City.
What a beautiful day to go make some cocktails. But first we gotta get breakfast at a real bodega.
And yeah, I understand that it says deli on the sign, but this place sold literally everything from beer to chips to sandwiches to gum. Anything you could possibly imagine, you could buy here, which is pretty much a bodega if you ask me. And so I got myself a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Hell yeah.
We had to get there pretty early to set up the whole booth, and it was myself, another bartender, and a bar back, and so we had to prep all of our ingredients for the cocktails that we're gonna be serving that day, but luckily we had a pretty awesome space right here to be able to work with. And it was really nice because our booth was right by the BCB sign, so everybody who came in had to stop by and say hello. And I thought that our setup was really nice, and it made it easier to talk about this cool product. Let's talk about Tierra de Ensueno for a moment. This is a pretty brand new brand to the market, and it was created out of partnership between their master distiller, Sergio Cruz, and their master blender, Oscar Camarena. And it's coming out of Gnome 1580. Currently, they only have this one expression, which is their Blanco, which we'll talk about in just a moment, and this bottle comes in at around $50. They currently only have one expression, which is their Blanco right here, but what makes this super special is that it was actually rested, I think this is batch 1, which was rested for 14 days in some pretty rare wheated bourbon barrels, and their second batch was actually rested a little bit longer in those rare wheated bourbon barrels. And because I'm a sucker for good design, let's take a moment to talk about this bottle. I think this bottle is absolutely gorgeous. I think their branding is really spot on. I think the colors are incredible, very complimentary, and I just think they did a great job. I love this little topper here that has their logo. I just think it's just a very gorgeous bottle. Brian Louis, that's all so cool and all, but what about what's in the actual bottle? Well, let's get right into it. Let's pour some out a little bit. So on the nose, it's very bright, it's vegetal, you get that cooked agave aroma up front, and it's very citrusy as well, right on the nose. Wow, that's really good. It like coats your mouth beautifully. It has this velvety, silky smooth texture to it. And what I love the most about it is that it's got this incredible minerality, and it reminds me a lot of like Hey Cuatro or Volans, which is coming out of El Pandillo. So it's got this really nice, rich, minerally, almost savory flavor. And I think it works perfectly in a cocktail. And it's been quite a while since a new brand has actually surprised me with how much I enjoyed it. And it's actually what ended up leading to me being able to work with them at BCB. I do know that they are working on other expressions. It just takes a little time to age tequila, obviously. But as a first showing, their Blanco is incredible. And this convention is a collection of hundreds of brands getting to show off their products, making cool stuff, and really pushing it to the limit. So it was really cool to get to create my original cocktails to be able to share with people and get to chat with people and friends and fans of the channel.
You wave, yeah, go for it.
But now let me show you how to make the first cocktail that I was featuring that day.
Let's make an incredible boozy tequila sipper, the Dream On, using Tierra de Ensueno's Blanco tequila. All right, so we're gonna grab our mixing glass, and the first thing we're gonna do is 3/4 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc, which is like a wine-based aperitif. Aperitif? Something like that. We're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of Dry Curacao, which is an orange liqueur, and then for the star of the show, we are going to do 2 whole ounces of the Tierra de Ensueno Blanco tequila. So 2 ounces of our Tierra de Ensueno tequila. And so this cocktail needs a little bit of funk, it needs a little bit of fun, and so we're gonna do a bar spoon of Fernet. Originally, I made this cocktail with Fernet Valet, which is a Mexican Fernet, though I ran out, and for all of you, it's probably gonna be easier to find Fernet Branca, and so we're only gonna do a bar spoon. Be careful, do not do too much, it will throw off the whole balance of this cocktail. We just want a little bit of that herbal, crazy, spicy bitterness that the Fernet is gonna give it. So a bar spoon of the Fernet. Add our ice. And stir it. Stir it down until it's nice, chilled, and diluted. All right, let's grab our lowball. Nice, sexy, clear cube, and pour this out. And to finish this off and round it all out, we are going to express 1 grapefruit peel over the top, which is going to brighten it up, give it that nice citrusy element that's gonna tie all this together. I know it sounds kind of crazy that we're expecting so much out of a grapefruit peel, but I promise you it will tie all of this together. Express that. And there we have the Dream On. Oh, so good. You get that incredible minerality from the Ensueno coming through. The Lillet and the grapefruit peel just work so well together. The dry Curacao gives it that nice orangey flavor to it. The Lillet is light and delightful and it blends really well with that grapefruit peel. And the Fernet, in my opinion, is the thing that kind of ties this whole cocktail together. It gives it that nice underlying like herbal, funky craziness, but it's just the right amount.
So we've been here making drinks since about like 11 a.m. We got here like 9 this morning. Set up, been working, making some awesome cocktails. Had a lot of people come by and say hi. It's probably the most I've had people come over and like want to take a photo and like hang out. So thank you to everybody if you came by and hung out at the booth or come to try some of my cocktails. It was really great. I appreciate you guys coming by, saying hi. It was awesome. And then we're gonna go give that talk soon about like 4 o'clock. Gotta walk over to the other building. And then tomorrow I'll be free to walk around the show and like actually show what it's all about. It's crazy, like so many brands, so many people, like so many things going on all at once. A bunch of parties tonight. I'll probably try to film a little bit more than I did yesterday. Yesterday I just drank and had a good time.
I am still in shock and awe that I got to participate in such an incredible panel with these great people talking about additive-free tequilas, especially Emma Janzen, who was hosting this panel, because she is an incredible author who I've looked up to and read a lot of her content over the years.
We'll give you a little bit of a crash course first and just some basic facts that you need to know, and then we'll spend most of the time, I think, talking about why this matters. My name is Emma Janzen, and I am a drinks writer, journalist, book author.
Okay, my name is Francisco Tapia. I was born and raised in Puebla. I started working in the restaurant industry 20 years ago.
My name is Rob Gerard. I run the Tequila Collective Instagram, TikTok, social media accounts.
My name is Louis Fernandes. I own a bar and restaurant just outside of Boston in Massachusetts. And I also make content on social media, talk about cocktails, talk about things like that, talk a lot about tequila and additive-free tequilas.
What's up, everyone? My name is Matt Robertson. I'm the U.S. brand ambassador for Tierra de Ensueno.
Running a bar is hard. If anybody here is a beverage director or owns a bar, you know it's most days feel impossible. And that is really interesting because all of us here, we're all proponents of additive-free tequila. We all talk about its benefits and we talk about how much we love it. But it's always a funny conversation that I've had with folks of being like, well, you know, what do you practically do, right? Like, what are the things that you can actually practically implement? For me, the option was simple. Because I own my bar, I can be very stubborn and say, I'm gonna go cold turkey. There are no additive tequilas in my bar. I don't sell any of those. But I know that that's not realistic for everybody. I was having a conversation with someone and they're like, man, you have to have these brands because that's what people look for. I use that opportunity as a teaching opportunity where someone comes in and goes, oh, I want X brand. And I'm going, unfortunately, we don't carry that. But we have these other alternatives, and here's a reason why this is a better alternative than what you're looking for.
So overall, I thought that the panel went pretty well. It was great. I forgot what the fuck I was saying, but you know, it sounds pretty typical for me. But it was cool. It was great to share a panel with Rob and Francisco and Emma. And they're just like a wealth of knowledge, and Matt as well from the brand side. It was so great to be able to have that and do that. It was really nice. And that was a mariachi band that I'm gonna go enjoy, so.
Let's make an incredible summertime tequila cocktail, the Summer Dream. All right, so we're gonna grab our shaker, and the first thing we're gonna do is cut up a lime. We need some fresh lime juice. Cut that in half, and we're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice right into our shaker. We're gonna do 1 whole ounce of pineapple juice. And for the star of the show of this cocktail, we need some fresh sage. We want that nice herbal flavor right in there. So we're gonna do about like 4 to 5 sage leaves right into our shaker. I love pineapple and sage as a flavor combination. It just, We're gonna do 2 dashes of mole bitters, which is a combination of like cacao, cinnamon, and spice. Really tasty. I really recommend Bitterman's mole bitters. We can do 2 dashes of that. And of course, the reason why we are here, 2 ounces of Tierra de Ensueno's Blanco tequila. I really like the minerality in this tequila, and I think it's gonna shine beautifully in this cocktail with the pineapple and the sage. Add some ice, lock it up and shake it up. Right, then we're gonna grab our chilled coupe, our lime, and we're going to just rim about half of this lime, or half of this glass with the lime, I should say. And then we're gonna grab our plate that has our Chipotle salt on it, which I will leave the recipe in the description below. And we're gonna rim just half of our glass, just like that. And then we're going to double strain our cocktail. We don't want any of those sage pieces to get into the final product here, plus the little ice cube bits. And to finish it off, we're gonna do a little bit of soda water just to get that nice effervescent bubbliness going. And last but not least, 1 sage leaf that we're just gonna spank a little bit and serve over the top. And there you have the summer dream. Oh yeah, delightful. The tequila shines through, pineapple is very present, the sage mixes beautifully with that pineapple, and that chipotle salt rim just really helps to accentuate some of those flavors. Such a great summertime cocktail. I could crush a bunch of these by the pool or by the beach, and it's really good.
And then after a really fun, awesome day of bartending, I headed back to my hotel, getting to look at this incredible New York City skyline in the sunset.
Day 2 of BCB, and it has been one hell of a trip so far. Last night I took some Z-Biotics, and it actually saved me today because I was up at 7 a.m. after being out until about almost 1 a.m. last night. I got a roast beef sandwich from the bodega because it was amazing. And you gotta eat at bodegas when you're in New York. But this is what I think saved me to be able to work today. I bartended from we got there like 9 to do prep, and I left at like 7:20. I came back to the hotel to take a shower. I'm gonna go get some dinner, and then I'm gonna go out again. So I'm hoping that this can do the trick again tonight. Yeah, I love it.
Z-Biotics is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. And it's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to drink this probiotic before drinking alcohol,
Bottoms up.
to drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow.
But yeah, let's see what happens.
And then I was off to meet up with some friends from Boston at an incredible party that Bacardi threw. It was truly wild and a really great time. And so many brands want to create a positive experience for people who attend their events to remember them later down the line, so it leads to some awesome, fun parties.
So I wanted to tell you guys about the crazy shit that happened last night. So I was recording this video.
Is there anything that
And then at the end there, you'll catch that someone was interrupting me. I was coming to the bodega, again, just to get a late night sandwich, as I have done almost every night that I've been here. Wow, these bags under my eyes are crazy. Okay, so I'm walking, this guy asks me, and he goes, hey man, I don't want any money, but my mother passed away today, and I really need something to drink. Can you get it for me? And so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy you booze. But I just kind of ignored him and kept walking. I go into the bodega, I order my sandwich, I'm standing there waiting. Who walks in? This guy. But he's followed by this maybe 18, 19-year-old kid who's really tall. He's got like a guitar with him. He just got roped into this somehow. And so I'm just standing there waiting for my sandwich. And so this guy goes and grabs I think it was like a 40 or something with booze in it. And the kid looks at him and is like, I can't buy you that. He's like, I'm 20. You said you wanted something to drink, like water, not booze. All of a sudden, the guy who was cooking my sandwich, making my sandwich, he hops off from behind the line, chases this dude out of the store, and tries to fist fight him on the corner. And because I think he tried to steal something before or did that night. And then, yeah. And then the dude, whatever, finishes up what he was doing outside with this guy. Comes back in, finishes making my sandwich, and goes back about their days. It was pretty crazy, to be honest with you. But New York bodegas and delis are undefeated, man, I swear. I'm gonna have my sandwich and go watch Jordan speak.
Jordan, or better known as the High Proof Preacher, was giving a seminar on cocktail content creation, and he is an absolute master at photography and videography, and I was really excited to get to listen to a seminar.
Some of you follow me on social media, High Proof Preacher, so I do a
Just finished watching Jordan's panel. It was great, learned a lot. He's always a wealth of knowledge, and also just lovely, lovely dude. And now we finally get to actually explore the convention, which I didn't get to do yesterday because I was bartending all day. And so I have a lot of brands I need to go say hi to, a lot of people I need to meet. But yeah.
All right, now let's go check out our friends Fortaleza.
And then just remind everyone that it's not my fucking fault that it's out of stock.
Very much so.
So fucking good.
It's the best tequila I've ever tried, but Kobe says not to get used to it.
And then Kobe and I wanted to go say hi to Chris, who was bartending at the Thomas Handy booth.
Of course. We were coming to see if you were actually making a drink and you're holding a camera.
And it's always good to see the homies in the industry and be able to support them. And Chris served me this incredible.
I appreciate that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And overall, I just want to thank the guys over at Tierra de Ensueno. It was so incredible to get to spend a few days with them there down in Brooklyn, and for inviting me to be a part of that panel on additive-free tequilas. It was such a great experience being able to sit up there and chat about something that I talk about so much on the internet with some incredible people. In the world, there's this whole other video you can check out next.